Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back for some Loud Thumbs news with Nick, and I'm Nick, and today is Friday, TGI FF. Again, hit me in the comments if you know what that other F stands for. It is February 16th, and we're going to talk right now. We're going to talk news, okay? We got some stuff from all the way. We got a iconic new video game character, iconic old video game character with a new look. We're going to be talking about that today. Also going to be talking about some delays that could be happening. The rumor runway is just, it's in full force, guys. And some big winners at the DICE Awards. We're going to talk about those as well. First, let's talk about this one. How iconic is this character? Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, call her what you will. Coming out, new look. Look at this. New look. Now, this looks obviously to me like concept art. This does not look like it's directly from gameplay. But the studio decided to show us the new art direction they're going with the character. They didn't really go too far out of the norm, did they? Looks pretty much like what I expected. Doesn't look too far off from what we saw, in the last iteration of Lara Croft. She looks like a badass in a teal tank top that's going to kill lots of dinosaurs, possibly. We don't know where she's going this time, but I think it looks great. She's obviously going to be in a jungle, and waterfalls are going to be there, I guess. I don't know. But I think they did it right. I think they didn't go too far off a beaten path. I like the art direction I'm seeing here, and I'm kind of curious on what the actual game's going to look like. I do enjoy the Tomb Raider games quite a bit, but I can't go back to the old ones anymore. Those new three just sold me on it. That Uncharted feel they had. The old ones even coming out now with the remasters, which you guys can pick up now today. The trilogy is out. I think it's like $25 on sale for all three of them. Been remastered, similar to the Halo collection was, where they have the push the button and you could see the old graphics and the news. And the game pretty much plays the same. A little bit of control updates, but it doesn't sound like they really did a banger job on that one. It's still got problems, still tanky controls. Can't do it. Sorry, guys. Loved it in the 90s. Can't do it anymore. But let me know what you guys are doing. You going to pick it up? What do you think of the new art style? All those things. Talk Tomb Raider down in the comments. I'm all about it. Tomb Raider is awesome. It's a really great franchise. Okay. Now let's moving on to a brand new franchise. Let's talk about this. Stellar Blade, which I have been reporting on here as of late, they talked and teased and kind of mentioned we could be getting a AO, adults only rating, and that didn't happen. The MSRP has come out, as you can see right here on the image. It is a mature rated game, and I went ahead and just kind of stole there from the ESRB. Sorry for the theft, but I did take what they have described the game as, and why it's mature rated is in these words, I guess. So let's read this. This is an action RPG in which players assume the role of a super soldier battling an invading alien force. From a third-person perspective, players explore apocalyptic environments and complete missions objectives while battling enemies, i.e. aliens, alien creatures, humanoids, in melee-style combat. Players use blades, machine guns, and laser blasters to kill enemies. Battles are fast-paced, highlighted by sword slashes, large explosions, and realistic gunfire. Blood splatter effects occur frequently as enemies' creatures are slashed and dismembered. Some cutscenes and battle scene sequences depict close-up images of impalement, dismemberment, and decapitation. The game depicts some female characters in revealing costumes, deep cleavage, skin-tight flesh-tone bodysuits, with breasts that jiggle during combat. The word shit appears in the game. Alright? So, ESRB, that's what they state. Nowhere in there does it say nudity. Nowhere. It does say skin-tight flesh-tone bodysuits. But it doesn't say naked, right? It doesn't say nudity. It doesn't say anything like that. So I think there was a little bit of that wire cross happening out there in the world from, Korea to the US, and who knows what their laws are different, with their litigations or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know these terms. Who am I talking? I'm not trying to pretend I'm smart, but somebody over there thought one thing, or their rules are less lenient than ours, right? We're more lenient in here in the US, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, that jiggly boob thing, right? That's hilarious. I mean, the kids are going to love to read that if that shows up on the box. I have no idea where it shows up on the box. It typically just says M, and then it says like partial nudity or whatever, right? And the word shit appears in the game, which means it's not a heavy language game. It sounds like a pretty toned down Matrix style game as far as I'm concerned, because the Matrix is rated R, but it's really only rated R for violence. If you watch the Matrix, not much language in that game or that movie. So, and this game really does make me feel kind of like a Matrix feel to it. It looks like you are kind of like a robotic Neo, but you're just a chick with long hair now and wearing skin-tight, flesh-toned suits, right? Fair enough. The game still looks cool. I'm still going to play it. And I'm happy now, though, that it is not just mature, or not just adult, but also in the mature rating, because it gets that extra level of players that can buy the game now. You know, that 17 and older, instead of, you know, they can still get that couple of years of a pretty big demographic the PlayStation has to pick the game up and check it out. We're going to see what it ends up with by the end of next month. Maybe it was April. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head right now. But anyway, we're going to know shortly how good that game is. Next, let's talk about some Dragon's Dogma and some Capcom and some prices. We got some prices that are going to be changing around here from what we've been reading, and what I've been seeing here. So Dragon's Dogma will be the first $70 Capcom title to be released. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, everybody. Says, with companies increasing pricing of games at $70, the Resident Evil and Monster Hunter maker was asked to detail its pricing policy in the next fiscal year, which begins in April, so it's right around the corner. Dragon's Dogma 2, which is scheduled for release this fiscal year, will be priced $69.99. Capcom said, and I quote, "Industry-wide development costs are rising, and we are considering a price review as one option," end quote. Quote, "Ultimately, we intend to take a thoughtful approach in pricing our games while ascertaining user feedback," end quote. So that basically means if you pay $70 for the game and it sells good, they're going to charge $70 for all the other games they make. That's the user feedback. That's it. Your dollars out of your wallet into their hand is the user feedback. So just be ready for this. It is definitely going to be a big deal. As stated on here as well, quote, "Personally, I feel like game prices are too low." Hiroshi Haruhiro Sugimoto said during a Tokyo Game Show, according to Nikkei, development costs are around 100 times higher than they were in the days of the Famicom and the NES, but prices of the software hasn't risen so much. Quote, "There is a need to raise wages in order to attract talented people. Given that wages are rising across the industry as a whole, I think the option of raising unit prices is a healthy form of business." End quote. There you go. So get ready. The $70 games we knew were coming. We knew they were here to stay. Capcom's been one of the few that hasn't done it yet, but it's going to happen now. And you know why? Because I just said it's just going to happen. That's just business. It's how the cookie crumbles, right? That's what they say. All right, next, let's get into this. Next story. We have some DICE Awards to talk about. The big winners out of the DICE Awards this year. Spider-Man, right there. Spider-Man 2 took in a bunch. Took in 6 awards this year. Baldur's Gate 3, which you're seeing there as well. 5 awards. So Spidey, it one-upped Baldur's Gate, which, you know, Game Awards, that won Game of the Year. And Spidey sort of got snubbed at the Game of the Year. Or at the Game Awards. They were there. They were nominated. However, no wins, if I remember right. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think they won any awards. Much to the dismay of also Hogwarts Legacy, which didn't get nominated at all, and I'm still upset about that. But yes, so Baldur's Gate and Spidey are the big guys, the big winners there at the DICE Awards. And, I mean, there's several other awards they give out. Outstanding Animation, that went to Spider-Man. Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction, that was to Alan Wake. Outstanding Achievement in Character, that was Spider-Man for Miles Morales. Outstanding Achievement in Music, that was Spider-Man. Outstanding achievement in audio design, Spider-Man. Outstanding achievement in story was Baldur's Gate. Outstanding technical achievements was Spider-Man again. Action game of the year was Spider-Man. Action adventure game of the year was Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Family game of the year was Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Fighting game of the year was, you know what? They don't have that one. I think it was Street Fighter 6. They just don't have it. It doesn't look correct. Racing game of the year was Forza Motorsport. Role-playing game of the year was Baldur's Gate 3. Sports game of the year was MLB The Show. And strategy simulation game of the year was Dune Spice Wars. Immersive reality technical achievement, that went to Horizon Call of the Mountain. Immersive reality game of the year was Asgard's Wrath 2, which has got like 10s all over the place, which is awesome. Outstanding achievement in independent game. Also, again, doesn't look like they've put it down right, but I believe it was Cocoon, which we see right there on screen. And mobile game of the year was What the Car. That's actually a pretty cool game, pretty fun. Online game of the year was Diablo 4. Outstanding achievement in game design was Baldur's Gate 3. Outstanding achievement in direction was Baldur's Gate 3. And game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3. So still one game of the year there as well, but Spidey did pick it out as far as numbers go. And I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty cool situation for them. And they're so funny to see the difference between, industry, because the DICE is an industry-led awards, right? They're there for the developers. And Game Awards is kind of there for the fans, and the fans do get some, ways to vote and so on and so forth. But I just find it interesting. For me, it's kind of a fascinating thing that they do. I find interesting. That's just me. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Nintendo, right? It's a Mario. We have some more rumors. Obviously, these are rumors off of rumors, on the rumor runway. Okay. And these rumors all started with, Switch 2 coming out in 2024. I speculated, we'd probably see it by May. I'm wrong. It's not coming out by May. No way. Not happening. I thought maybe we'd see it by September or around September for like a holiday release. Well, turns out I think they're not coming out this year at all now, based on all the rumors. And we just got to wait and see in this situation. Just sit on our hands and find out. But yeah, obviously, rumors in 2024, 2023, talking about 2024 are going to happen. Well, there's some new stuff going around. There's some sources that are third-party companies with Nintendo that they have actually been informed that there's an internal delay from Nintendo that has pushed the console from the previously planned late 2024 release. And one of these sources told VGC that the reason behind the delay comes down to not having strong enough first-party titles ready for late 2024. So that basically means, could mean that maybe these games are more difficult to develop on the Switch 2. That's not a good sign. Or maybe they're just a much bigger undertaking now because there's so much more power to this console and they can do more with those games, so they want to take their time. I always lean on the field and on the side where it's, take your time. Slow your roll, let it bake, let it be good, we're good, don't even worry about it, It'll get finished when it's finished, and when it's finished, it'll be good. That's the way it should go. However, a lot of companies and a lot of people don't see it that way. They just want either the money or they just want the product. They don't care if it's good or bad, and they'll wait for it to get fixed later. We see that with a lot of games that get launched, and then they need updated later, and so on and so forth. We really don't need another Joy-Con, gate or whatever you call it. We just don't need that again. Okay. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't get delayed and it is on track. But a lot of the reports, and you'll see if you guys go on and look, there's several different takes on this, but a lot of them all kind of lead to the same road at the end where we're looking 2025, guys. It's just going to happen. Which could be maybe it's going to be a late spring thing or an early spring thing. I don't know why, but I don't know. March and May, those M months for me, seem to be the months where it feels the right way of doing it. As soon as the weather kind of breaks in all the cold cities and states, you can get people out playing games with their Switches in hand, right, and doing your commercials of playing on the rooftops and stuff, right? But yeah, that's what they're stating. I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not, but if it is, well, we'll just continue to play the original Switch until we get another one, or we'll play other games and see what they come out with in the meantime, but we'll have at least a good working console before it's over. And that's the plan. That's the number one plan, at least it should be, in my opinion. But that's just kind of where it stands for now. And I'm sure I'll be back here reporting on more. And what are they doing next? Who knows? I have no idea. I'm sure somebody else does that's way smarter than I do, or I am. But it is what it is. We'll find out. 2025. You guys let me know. What do you think? Down in the comments. Is it coming out later? What's going on? What do you guys think of the new Tomb Raider? What do you think of these games from Capcom going up to $70? People got to make more money. They got to get better talent in there to make better games. Seem like a good enough reason. Kind of makes sense. Does it make sense to you guys? Let me know. And, Stellar Blade, you going to pick that one up? You going to play it? I don't know. Let me know. I want to know from you guys. You guys got to talk to me. Hit me up in the comments down there below. We'll talk all kinds of video game stuff. Anytime you guys want, I'm here. I'm watching the comments. I'm ready to chat. But that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in for the latest gaming news right here on Loud Thumbs, live on YouTube and Twitch. Check it out. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. Appreciate everybody out there checking it out and watching. Till next time, remember, controllers need exercise too, so keep those thumbs loud.